everyone. It is September 9th of 2024, and I know if you're watching my Monday shows, I missed last week. Just had a lot of stuff going on, and it kind of ended up back burner, but I am back, and we actually have like a ton that is sold in the last 2 weeks over like Labor Day weekend. And even this weekend, my phone was constantly going cha-ching, cha-ching. So I don't know if I'm in that upward track in terms of it being third quarter going into fourth quarter, everything settling down for people because school has started. I don't know, but it's been pretty good. So I'm going to try and blow through these as quickly as possible because there is so much to cover here. So the first thing that's sold in the last 2 weeks on eBay is this Fable game. This is the PC version, not like the Xbox. This was part of that computer game lot that I got for $12, and I have long since made my profit on that. So for $9.99 with free shipping. You guys know me and my Bath and Body Works lotions. Again, probably didn't pay more than $2 for this. Brand new and full, and it is a current scent, so it is not discontinued, but it did still sell at $9.99. Another Bath and Body Works. This one's a sweet cinnamon pumpkin. I think this one is still a current scent as well, but I'm sure with fall coming up, this one finally sold for $12.49. There was one garage sale that my daughter went to actually, and she knows how I always buy the high-end lotions and sprays, and there was one sale where they are selling a lot of brand new Victoria's Secret stuff at 50 cents a piece. So I know for a fact that this was 50 cents that my daughter had picked up for me since I couldn't go garage selling that day, and it sold for $12.49. I picked up this lot of hangers. There were smaller hangers, there were these, and then there were a little bit bigger ones, or no, smaller ones than this. So I have two lots of hangers that were up, wire hangers. One was more for Barbie clothes, and one was more for the 18-inch dolls like American Girl, things like that. And this was a lot of hangers. I want to say for both bundles, they were in the same bag. I had to separate them out. For both bundles, I want to say I paid $4 for them on half price day at my local thrift store. And these sold, just these, for $59.99. The other set of hangers is actually still listed. I really expected this one to do better. This was really cool. It had the tags on it. It was brand new at the Goodwill regular thrift store. It was for the Disney Movie Club, which if you guys are familiar, the Disney Movie Insiders point system thing is going away. They're actually closing all that down. But this was a tote bag. I was half thinking of keeping this for myself. And considering I paid like $3 or something for it, and it sold for $9.99, I should have just kept it for myself. But because I do love Wreck-It Ralph. Anywho, so that did not do as good as I thought it would. I probably lost a couple bucks on this one. Next item that sold is this Snap Circuit set. I love these things. I actually found this one. It was new and sealed, like factory sealed, at the Goodwill bins. So I probably paid a couple bucks for this. I think I had it upwards of like $80-something because comps changed a lot on it, depending on who had it listed. So I did have to drop it down in price. That same time, I also got 2 other boxes, but they were open with loose parts, and those I went and put as a lot of replacement parts. Because the parts will typically sell roughly about $1 a piece. So if you have 100 parts to the Snap Circuit sets, then I list it for $100 and it goes. So this one, though, was brand new in box and sealed, so I did not want to part it out. Maybe I could have made more. I don't know how many pieces are in here. It doesn't look like there's enough to make it worth 50. But anywho, so yeah, I did pretty well on this actually. This is one of those items that I really struggled finding something similar online. I've definitely sold Peggy Carr items before. They do very well. I could not find this exact ornament anywhere on the internet. So I know I had started it. Yeah, I've had it since April. I know I started it high and kind of lowered and lowered and lowered. Had lots of watchers on it too, so I knew people were interested in it, and someone finally bought it at $34.99. And this was a garage sale find for $1. I picked these bad boys up at a church sale. So we have really awesome church sales. I love them here. And these were in the shoe area. The shoes were $1 a pair at the sale. And they were really good condition. I mean, they're super cool though. So yeah, like decent tread and everything on them. So I paid $1 for these and turned around and sold them relatively quickly for $34.99. A few months ago, you may have remembered when I sold a huge batch of Precious Moments plushies, all new with tags. These were in that same tote. I got that whole tote for $5. And these are cherished teddies that were in the tote, and they all had their tags. So I sold these separately, and these went for a $19.99. This item was just too adorable not to grab. I want to say I got this at the Goodwill bins, which means that I didn't pay much of anything. But it's a dog as a hot dog, which is pretty stinking cute. It was clean, good condition, had the tags, like these tags, the tush tags. So anywho, so I only paid maybe 25, 30 cents at the Goodwill bins for this and sold it for $12.49. And another Bath and Body Works. Again, probably paid no more than $2. Sold this one for $12.49. And another one. I did drop prices on a lot of these, which is why a bunch of them have sold in the last 2 weeks. This one isn't a discontinued scent either. This one sold for $10.99. This cutie is one of several plushes that I got at a garage sale. I think I averaged out each plush at about $2. It was somebody's like Pokemon plush collection they were selling. They made me a deal. This is Poplio, and this one sold for $9.99. These were kind of cool. I actually got these in the Goodwill bins. They are a set of rectangles, but they're basically like little turtles that connect, and you can build things with them. I'd never seen these before. It was one of those situations where I grabbed them all out of the bin, looked them up, and I was like, oh, these will sell. So this probably cost me about $2 for this whole set. It's $1.67 a pound at our local Goodwill bins, and I turned around and sold it for $24.99. This really wasn't my best purchase. I wasn't sure whether to put these on Etsy or eBay, but I had gotten several bags. I think they were like $1 or $2 a bag at this one garage sale. Just all sorts of seashells. So I numbered the bags, weighed them, and measured them. This thing was so heavy. I'm trying to think what I paid for shipping on this, but I definitely broke even, maybe even lost a couple bucks on this one. So I won't be picking up any seashells anytime soon. And another lotion. This is a Pride one. It's actually Sunwash Citrus, but it's the Love Always Wins version. So this was, again, didn't pay more than $2 on this for sure. I love Lolita wine glasses. There was one that I had that was super cute with some rainbow polka dots all over it. It was adorable, and my mom broke it, and lo and behold, they don't make it anymore. I am still on the hunt for that one to get a replacement one because she owes me. But in the meantime, I actually find these regularly at thrift stores and garage sales with them with the tags on them still, like they were given as a gift and they never used it. Still has a box. This, if I remember correctly, I got at a thrift store, and I want to say I paid about $3 for it. Because I do know that they sell, especially when they have the tags still on them and everything. And sure enough, this one sold for $34.99 with free shipping. I've actually had this for quite some time. I got these in the Goodwill bins. I took them out. They were like opened, but I took them out. It had all the sheets, everything in it, wasn't used, like the little figure wasn't popped out or anything. So completely brand new, just open box item. Got it at the Goodwill bins, didn't weigh a whole lot, and let's see, listed it in February, and it finally sold for $9.99. I was out at my storage unit a couple weeks ago, and I had a huge tote of Bath and Body Works, the Wallflowers plug-in unit. So I finally sat down out of the storage unit, separated them by like theme, looked some of them up, see like what to do with them, and I've decided to go ahead and, sorry, that was my phone. I decided to go ahead and list in similar lots, like themed lots. So this was an autumn one, so it doesn't shock me that this went first because we are coming into fall. These were 5 different plugins. It had like the leaf, the turkey, like this one's really pretty too. The ghost, some pumpkins. So these, I picked these up either at garage sales, thrift stores, the bins, like these fancy ones, and always load them up and sell them. And this one sold relatively quickly within a month for $39.99 with free shipping. That Crazy Cat Lady set is actually the same brand as this ornament. This is a Bigfoot ornament. I am trying to remember where I got this. Probably Goodwill bins? I don't know. For some reason, I am spacing out where I found this one. But you know me. I didn't pay a whole lot for it. And this one sold for $9.99. I actually have two of these. I did them in separate listings because one had the actual seal on it and the other did not, but appeared full. So I had them listed separate. And somebody sent me a message and asked if I would do a deal. I don't know why it doesn't show, but I did a best offer. They asked if I would do $35 each, and I said sure, because I got both of these at a thrift store for $1.99 a piece, and I was blown away when I looked them up and saw how much these were worth. So I made $80 off of $4-ish. But yeah, I'd never heard of this brand. It was weird enough for me to look up, and I'm glad I did because this was a pretty decent sale. I've had this Nike hoodie for a little while. I got it, let's see, listed in May. This I believe I got at a thrift store for a couple bucks. It is Nike, and it's also the Chicago Bears women's zip-up hoodie, and it sold for $19.99. I love the LPS pet triplets. They are so stinking adorable. And the bear one is a little bit harder to come by, so they typically sell for more. But I went ahead and took pictures of these. These were taken in my kitchen because I was just listing at home and not out at my storage unit, and they sold relatively quickly for $32.99. These were part of one of several lots that I buy of my LPS. This is an adorable little plush Ewok. It does have a harder plastic head, but it is part of the Galactic Pals. I got this in the Goodwill bin, so probably paid a couple bucks. Sold for $10.99. I expected it to do better, but I'll take what I can get. I had picked this Adidas jumpsuit set, actually at a garage sale. I think I paid $5 for it. It's a girl size 14 for the top and 10-12 pants in the matching design. I almost decided, I was thinking about keeping this for my daughter. I mean, she's coming on 6 here, but... And then I did see too when I left, it did have a little stain right here on the pants. So I made sure to note that and the tags, and I still did all right. It sold for $22.49. Build-A-Bear is always a strong seller for me, and this is actually the Great Wolf Lodge Red Dragon. I've sold this before in the past. I'm trying to remember where I got this one, because I know I've picked this up several times between thrift stores, garage sales, and all of that. But typically I don't pay more than a couple bucks, and it sold for $9.99. Another Bath & Body Works. This one I did have marked as new because it won't let you list it as used. So I marked it as new and made note of the fact that it was almost full, and it sold for $10.99. When I buy a lot of my LPS lots for my Whatnot auctions, a lot of times there are newer gen LPS in them, or these big clunky houses, which I absolutely hate dealing with. So this is one of 2 lots that I had up. This one has like the airplane and the houses, and then it had over 300 of the little pets. And lady bought it for her daughter for her birthday. I shipped this out on Saturday. She's hoping for it to be to her on Friday. So that is in UPS's hands, but this is all like extra stuff that this just ends up being pure profit when I do sell them, because I don't buy lots specifically for these items. If they come with it, fine. But I definitely try and find ways to unload them like this. And this lot went for $449.99 with $40 in shipping. Next item that's sold is this Disney Pixar Toy Story. There were 2 ties. I got these at the thrift store for a couple bucks for both of them. They were super cool. If I was a guy and had to wear a tie, I would totally wear these. And they sold for $16.99. Next item that sold on eBay is this Nicole Miller tie. It is a Glamour Shots tie. I don't know if you guys are familiar with Glamour Shots, where you would go, they were in malls, and you would go, they'd doll you all up, and you would get like professional photos done. Coolest place ever. I totally went there. But I really expected this to do better. I couldn't find any comps on one just like it. So I know I started it high and just lowered and lowered. So I got it back in February, and this was also a thrift store find. And it sold for $9.99. I was a little disappointed in this one though. I picked up this new Lego set at a garage sale just for $1. They had this one and another one, the blue version, which sold a while back. But this one is the rainbow one, and this one finally sold for $9.99. And another Bath & Body Works. This is a fresh coconut colada spray, and this sold for $12.49. And this is another PC game from that batch. Again, already in the profit on that. This one sold. This was the Sid Meier's Gettysburg, and sold for $9.99 with free shipping. I was really hoping that this would do better. When I initially got it at the Goodwill bins, it was selling for about 50, 60 bucks. It's just like a hard shell travel case. Definitely still had an old person's perfume smell in it. Definitely vintage. I did have to drop the price quite a bit, and it finally did sell at $34.99. The kicker is that the shipping, oh my gosh, the box I had it in, I still went through UPS. It was cheaper to send it UPS, but I think shipping was like 28 bucks on it. So this was not my best purchase, so let's just treat it like this never happened. All right? Now, this was actually a good sell. I did not have this up for very long. This I actually got in a lot of LPS and realized this was a very expensive one. It did have some paint wear on the nose. It was authentic though. So I went ahead and listed it. I think I started at 400 and I think like a week later dropped it down to 370 because somebody else had one that was in a little bit better shape for 400. So I was like, I need to drop the price on this. Several people messaged me on it asking if I would take ridiculously low amounts of money. And then someone finally purchased it. And this bad boy is actually going out this morning. I'm just going to hand deliver it at the post office and get a receipt so that we can follow it and make sure it gets where it needs to go safely and in one piece. So the lot I got this in, I'm trying to think what I paid. Like, I typically shoot for like $1.50 a pet when I buy lots. So this was a very good buy and good sell. This was actually found in my mom's storage unit. She's looking at liquidating everything in it. She's got like a 10 by 20 full of stuff. So I went out there one day. I was like, I really want to dig and see what kind of goodies you got in here. So this was one of them. I was like, this is kind of cool. I could not find any comps on it. It was a set that came with 2 movies, I guess. It was some sort of special promo thing, but it's a stationary set. Super cute. Aristocats. You don't see a whole lot of Aristocat stuff these days either. And so, yeah, so $36.99 for this. This was another set of Victoria's Secret stuff that was at that one garage sale my daughter hit up for me. So this was $1 invested and turned around and sold the set. It's like the spray and the lotion for $26.99. And another game, again, in the profit on these PC games. This was the Titanic one. It sold for $10.99. Almost to the finish line, folks. Got these two. These I have had since December of 23. Why they took forever to sell, I do not know. They're cute. These typically sell pretty well, so I'm not sure what happened here. But I get these at the Goodwill bins and garage sales. So didn't spend a whole lot on these and sold for $9.99. Another Bath & Body Works. This one, though, the person actually bought both of them. I did have 2 of them posted at $17.49 a piece, and they bought both, which allowed me to put a little extra money in my pocket because I didn't have to pay the shipping twice. And last but not least, the Spot It Holidays version. This is a brand new one. This was at a garage sale for $1. It was brand new in the box. And I've sold the Spot It game before. I've never played this game. Maybe I should play one of these. I don't know. But it seems to be a popular game that everyone seems to like. So this one I paid $1 for and sold for $16.49. So that is it, guys. I should be back on Monday and on track as long as life doesn't get in the way. Thank you for joining me and checking out what sold this last 2 weeks. And I will catch you guys next week.